Hello, I'm Mark Stern and welcome to Your Property Matters. And today I'm going to be talking about, are you ready to sell your property? I think that we come to a stage where we're ready to make that move. We want to find another property. We want to sell our property, move on, and get something bigger, get something that's more suitable, more for us as a family. We've probably done a lot of research into the marketplace. We know what's been selling. We know roughly what they've been selling for, and we are ready to make that commitment. And I've sort of broken the process of trying to sell your property in the back end of 2020, beginning of 2021, and what with this year, with our various lockdowns and restrictions and COVIDs, into 5 categories. So these categories are split into expectations, advice, commitment, flexibility, and monitoring. So we're going to the first one, which is expectations. What are your expectations? I have people that come to me and they say things to me like, right, well, we've seen a property that we absolutely love and we must have it. We must have it. So we want to put our property on the market and sell it and buy that new property. Well, yeah, that's all well and good. That's been well and good from sort of 2010 to 2015. Maybe 2016, may even be 2017. But in 2020, I think what we need to do is forget about the property that we want. We can have the dream of the property that we want, but we need to actually be realistic with our expectations and just look at the fact that your property may sell quickly, but it also may not sell quickly. There's no real rhyme or reason at the moment. I've got properties that I've put on the market, and within one viewing, I'm dealing with one right now. One viewing, person wants it. Very honest, yeah, I'll take it. Fantastic. But then I've got properties that have had 20, 30 viewings and nobody's taking it. Is there a reason behind it? Of course there are reasons behind it. But those reasons are stuff that you need to really be open with each other, meaning me, an agent, be really open with you, the seller, and feel that my advice is being taken, my professional advice. You know, it's very easy for an agent to turn around and say, oh, it's the price, it's the price, it's the price, and it needs to go down. And sometimes it is, yeah, obviously. But that all comes into your expectations. So if you're seeing a property that you want to buy immediately, and you want to put your property on the market, then you need to realize you're going to have to sell your property very quickly and therefore put it on at a bargain price to get the buyers interested and actually get it sold. So expectation is a very, very important part, and be realistic about your expectations. Next is advice. So take professional advice. You know, it's funny, we take professional advice from people all of our lives. We go to the doctor tells us what's wrong with us, we take their advice. We don't know, we sort of do know what's wrong with us. You know, we know certain things, but we trust the doctor and we take their advice. If it's very serious, we may ask a couple of doctors' advice, a few second opinions. We may ask our family, our friends, those that have experienced different things to us, but we take advice. We take advice from solicitors. When we are going through the selling process or the buying process, the solicitor leads the way. We take their advice. We rarely question it. We know that they know best. But when it comes to estate agents, do we really take their advice? We seem to already know what our property is worth. We already seem to know what all the great selling features are of our property. Are we listening to what our agents are saying? Because at the end of the day, they're the ones that are out there every single day, or should I say, we are the ones out there every single day. We are trying our very best to sell every single property that we've got on our books. Every single one we want to sell, because that's how we make our living. And the advice that we're going to give to sell those properties is actually the right advice most of the time. So it does come down to price. But if an agent's coming in, they're presenting other properties that have sold in your road, they're showing you those properties, on paper, they're telling you a little bit of history, how many viewings they've had, what offers they had on them, then that gives you a good indication of what your property is really worth. And be realistic about comparing your property to those properties. I've sat there in the homes of vendors many a time where I've shown them a house that's clearly in better condition, a beautiful home that maybe is 4 or 5 doors away from theirs, and saying that went for 600,000, and they're sitting there in a property that's tired, that needs doing up, and they're saying, well, I've got this or I've got that, and therefore mine's worth a bit more than that. And it's clearly not. If you were going to view those 2 houses yourself, what argument would you pose? So take the advice of the agent, make sure the agent knows exactly what they're talking about, and don't be drawn into long-winded contracts. If the agent is confident they're going to sell your property for a good price, then let them put their contract where their mouth is. Something, if they can sell it, within 6 to 8 weeks, that's good enough. That really is good enough. Don't go into these 3 months, 4, even 6-month contracts I see people signing at the moment. And it's like, why would you commit yourself to somebody? Give them 6 months to sell your property. I'm sorry. If they're that confident that they can sell it, and you both agree that the price is the same, then they should sell it straight away, within maybe a couple of months maximum. So the next category is commitment. How committed are you to selling your home? Testing the market is one thing, but testing the market in 2020, don't really know if it's overly advisable. Having strangers walking in and out of your property, all masked up, people are making commitments to come and see your home. They need to make sure that you are committed to selling your property. And if you've got the price that you want and everything is looking good, then let's stick to that commitment and make that move actually happen. A commitment is committing that you're going to allow viewings to actually happen. The amount of times, excuse me while I have a sip of my Harley Davidson mug, peppermint tea. Commitment is also keeping your property looking good as often as you can for viewings, and making your home open and available for viewings. The amount of times that I have taken properties on and I've got people queuing up to actually want to see them, and they can't go and see them. So what are they going to do? They're going to lose interest. They're going to go and see something else, and they'll end up buying something else just because they couldn't do a viewing at a time that was convenient. So that commitment means presenting your property at its best every single opportunity that somebody comes round, and just being available. If you can't be available, then let your agent have the keys. If you don't trust your agent, you shouldn't be with the agent. It's simple as that. Find an agent you can trust. If you can't trust an agent to hold a set of your keys, then find another agent that you can trust. So next is flexibility. How flexible are you really on your price? And have you felt confident enough to share your flexibility with your agent? So what I tend to find are that people will obviously at the beginning not tell the agent really what they're prepared to accept. And why should you? Why should you? Because you feel that the agent will obviously aim for that as their target. And I completely understand why that is the case. However, when somebody makes an offer on your property, be prepared to counter offer. So even if the offer that you get is much lower than you want, don't just say no, because there's no room for negotiation when it's a no. The whole idea of negotiation, we've all done it before. We've been in the markets, we've wanted to buy, I don't know, a shirt in the market, and it's on sale for £15, and you said, I'll give you 10 for that. And they say, no, okay, I'll take 12. All right, I'll settle at 11. Fine, boom, shake the hand, give them the money, job done. There's no difference when it comes to actually selling your property. Just imagine you're in some sort of a market. Start negotiating. Use your estate agent as the negotiator. Remember, that agent actually does work in your best interest, and therefore they're always looking to get the best price. And that is also an argument why you should really sign a contract which is on a percentage, because that little bit extra that the agent can negotiate with will be a little bit extra fee that they themselves earn, and that's their motivation. So be flexible when it comes to negotiation. Also be flexible, again, going back to the viewings, be flexible with your viewings, be flexible with everything. Allow people the opportunity to buy in your shop. If the shop's shut, they're not going to buy anything. And finally, monitor. So your property's on the market, you're looking at it on the portals yourself, look at it as if you were a buyer. Look at things like the features, the features the agents have selected. I had a situation, well, I've got a situation, a woman called me a few weeks ago, wanting to know why her property wasn't selling. And I looked through the property details and it's a 1-bedroom flat. And the first thing I saw was features. Now, to me, features is like a great thing. These are the benefits of the property. And it said features, 511 square feet. I'm sorry, that's not a feature. 511 square feet is tiny, and that will be something that I would not be putting as a feature. The property had a 900-year lease. It also only had service charges, £600 a year. Were they features? No, they weren't features. They were somewhere at the bottom of the particulars. So constantly monitor, constantly question your agent. Make sure that they're mixing the details and changing the photos around, and also that they're showing interest in your property, that they're giving you advice of things that you should look to actually change. So keeping your property fresh, keeping it active, just keeping the energy there that people are coming and seeing your home. So that's my advice on my 5 top tips of trying to sell your property. If you have any questions on this, please call me at the phone number to the side where you can get me directly, or just feel free to email me at mark.stern@exp.uk.com, or just send me a message. Okay, I can help with anything you like to do with selling your property or buying a property. Feel free to give me a call anytime. Thank you.